Okay, welcome back everyone. This is DragonInWhite here, and today we are joined by a few others in Phasmophobia. Yeah, well, and yeah, they can hear me on the other side. So, today we have Fluffy, our good old teammate here, and we also have Silver and Phantom Saber, and they're here to join us on our journey on Phasmophobia. As many of you can see, my level is pretty low, and their level is maybe much higher than mine. Would you guys like to say hello?
Good morning!
I'm mostly here to carry, so...
I've, only played just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, and quite clearly, my level is terrible. So, perhaps maybe before we even start a hunt, maybe perhaps Fluffy can bring us through what our plan is for today.
Alright, so we're going to get spooky with it. We are going to be talking about different ghost stories or different haunted locations throughout the US. First, though, just to give you, make sure we're still giving you that comparison, Dragon is going to tell us a story from Southeast Asia or China today. Dragon.
Wait, I am?
I thought you were. You don't have to. We could cover the US.
Okay,
we have plenty of spooky stories to tell.
Okay, well, maybe, how about I tell you guys about a particular local ghost, but this is nothing to do with Chinese. This is actually a Malay ghost that is, spoken about more in the Southeast Asian region, more particularly Malaysia, Singapore, and Indonesia. And this kind of ghost is called the...
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Before we get into the details, we should go ahead and get started and pop off somewhere spooky. What do you think?
Okay, we'll try. I'm not sure how well will explaining stuff go when we are running a hunt.
That's the fun of it. Listen to ghost stories and see if we can survive telling them.
Otherwise, we can tell our stories.
We can do this.
Okay, well, we'll try. So I got ready, and I assume that you guys are basically paying for everything. In terms of
for the hunts.
Yeah.
Silver, you want to kick us off into happy little Tanglewood?
Here we go.
Okay, so there is a particular a particular ghost in this game called the Hantu, I believe. Yeah. So let's wait for them to load in. Alright, sanity,
so sorry to interrupt you, Dragon.
Okay, yeah, no, it's alright. Okay, so I believe there is a particular type of ghost in the game called an Hantu. So let me see if I can dig up the journal.
Yes.
Hantu, where are you? I'm blind. 14. Okay,
Don't forget to grab your head cam.
Whoa, you guys are starting already. Okay, so a hunt. Okay, well, so you guys are starting already. I keep forgetting to press push to talk somehow. So yeah, so a Hantu is actually not a specific type of ghost. Actually, it's the Malay word for ghost.
Oh.
Yep.
Alright.
So I was thinking I could start off by talking about a particular kind of Malay ghost. It's called an Pontianak. So I'm not sure whether which inspired which, but there is a place in Malaysia called Pontian, and Indonesia also called Pontianak. So the interesting thing, I'm not sure whether which inspired which, whether the ghost name inspired the location's name or the location inspired the ghost name, but they are related to each other, and many of the legends come from these places as well. Right, so that is basically where it comes from. Pontianak is a Malaysian and Indonesian kind of ghost. So yeah, so basically what a Pontianak is it's sort of like a female vampire thing that basically is a person that died in the middle of childbirth, and they kind of go for blood, in particular men. And there are many stories about ghosts, like you know, they will, when you smell the smell of this flower called the frangipangi, it means that it's somewhere around, and they are really ferocious and things like that. Yeah, that's really, I really don't have, basically it's a very scary, terrifying ghost. And so basically one of the stories I have, it's not my personal story, but it's from one of my friends. Is that when he went fishing, he said he saw one with the head, it's like just bobbing in the water, and it, ooh, okay. So
Hold on, come this way.
okay, where did the
Get
phone
the
ring?
phone, by the way.
That's kitchen.
Oh,
Is
point
the
six.
phone that just went off.
2.9, 1.7. We got freezing
It
temps,
also
guys.
opened the garage door. I checked for fingerprints. I didn't see anything.
Okay, well, I'm kind of having my EMF out. I'll work on that, but mostly kitchen, you say?
Hold on. Come on, give me those freezy temps.
I got a 4 on EMF.
Ooh, what are you getting?
I got 4 on EMF.
We got EMF 5 and freezy temps.
Awesome. EMF 5, freezing temps.
Let's step out for a second. Aw, Hantu is not one of the options.
Sadly.
Are you here?
So,
Alright, I have stepped out. So I'm gonna probably, so basically one of the stories my friend was telling me was that when he went fishing in this remote area, and he saw a head over there, and his line snagged on that, and feeling frightened, he didn't pick it up and he just ran away. He called the police to check it out, but nothing was found. But later on, he was told that there was a story of Pontianak appearances in that area, so perhaps he might have encountered something. So that's one of the stories I have, and yeah. And I think today I'm gonna leave it more to the rest of you guys to tell more of the stories from the other places. So that's one from home, or well, kind of home. Yeah.
interesting. I think that's a good one to start us off with, too, since the Hantu is one of the spirits that you can get in this game. Alright,
so unfortunately
let's see.
they-
I dropped 2 crucifixes in there. What? We have a Jinn, Shade, and Oni. What are the types of evidence we get?
Jinn requires fingerprints.
So for a Jinn, we are looking for fingerprints.
Fingerprint.
It's not a raid. Okay, so that eliminates that.
Shade, we're looking for ghost writing.
It
Oni
is
is
not
dots.
a ray.
Okay, I need to pull up my evidence
Photo,
tracker.
sanity, escape. Okay. So we're looking for dots and writing?
Fingerprints, dots, and ghost writing. Yeah.
Yep.
And we're pretty sure it's not fingerprints, right?
I'm 100% positive it's not fingerprints at this point.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'll take in the other book.
Dragon, do you want to pick a person to follow for the next round of spook?
Sure. That might not be a bad idea. Once I actually even figure out who is who.
I just saw dots.
You just saw dots. Alright, that's it clear then. You just saw dots? So let's see, with dots that means we got a Oni?
to be an Oni then.
Alright, so let's work on clearing the bonus then. Wow, that was one of the faster ones I done actually. Okay, so we run objective 1. We need to capture a ghost. We need to get average sanity down below 25. And objective 4, have a member of your team escape the ghost during a hunt. So, with regards to objective 4,
I'm
escape
gonna
the
go
hunt.
stand in the ghost room because I just took pills.
Okay, well, historically I have had a very bad track record escaping a ghost, so I'm gonna leave objective 4 to you guys. What should I take? Okay, so I'm gonna go in and get my sanity down, you know, to contribute. And
Prepared.
honestly, I'm kind of a noob, so
I can try
Okay,
and pull
I'll
something
take care
up
of
real
it.
quick.
Sorry, what are we
that
doing
link
now?
there
Yeah,
should
give
be
me a
there.
couple of minutes and then I'll go ahead.
So,
But if you've got something before then, go ahead.
alright, so Dragon, you're gonna stick with me. I'm gonna try to help you survive. It'll be fine.
Who are you
It'll be
again?
fine. And
Which
I will
is
tell over here. Other side of the counter.
Okay, white shirt.
White
Right,
shirt.
This is Fluffy.
Fluffy. Okay, so I will go ahead and get started with the Midwest then. We've got a couple of different ones for different. I've got a few stories selected for kind of each state. Not all of the states. I left out some because, well, we have a lot. So I'm not going to do all 50. That's ridiculous. But one of the stories that I ran across, which actually is pretty interesting, is the Story Inn or Story Town, which is it's now known as part of Nashville, in Indiana. This particular inn, well, actually the entire town was established in 1851 by Dr. Hey, you. What do you mean, hey? Super rude. Totally interrupted. You don't even show up for a picture? How dare you?
This is the girls' room,
holding
by
my
the way.
camera.
Oh, the girls'
The
room?
laundry room.
No, the ghost room. The laundry room? Okay.
Oh, yeah, the ghost room is the laundry room, yeah. So actually, if you want to hang out over,
One arm
if we can hang
broken.
out on this side. Oh, no.
Oh, that's what you want to do. Okay.
We're going to hang out on this side by the lockers, and
Is that really what you want to do?
fine,
I would
we'll hang out on this
actually
side.
far recommend hallway side.
Yeah.
Fine, we'll hang out in the hallway.
Why hallway?
Alright, so, Dragon, when it goes, this hallway, when it goes hunty hunt, we're gonna jump in here,
This one?
Hey, Fluffy.
and hopefully we close the door. So,
I would actually suggest running all the way back here.
yeah?
Yes.
This gives you more opportunities to break line of sight.
That's true. Alright, never mind. We're gonna go back to
I
the
am
blue
going
bedroom.
to open the opposite door.
Here.
One thing, this is a good thing to note. If you are using a closet to hide, if you leave one door completely open, you are still safe as long as you are tucked into the side that is still closed.
Yep.
Cause of line of
So,
sight, right?
what we'll do... Yep.
Yep.
So our escape is crouch, and then go this way, and then go this way, and then go this way, and then go in here.
Gotcha.
Okay? Gotcha. Okay.
Turn your flashlight off before you go into the closet, but you can leave it on until then.
There's lots of strange sounds.
Shh. Well, bye.
I don't think either of you turned your flashlights off.
Mine was
I'm
off.
gonna get a new smudge stick.
That's a shoe. I dropped my camera right where Fluffy died.
Well, that was a pity. One died.
There it is.
And sadly, it's the one telling the
plus
story.
side, we did get the objective to get below 25%
Sanity.
Well, we still gotta get the picture, yeah? Wait, I did turn off the flashlight. My flashlight was off. Fluffy says, gotta turn off that flashlight. Ooh, I'm at 0. Silver's at 27. We still gotta capture a picture of the ghost. We still gotta escape the hunt. So, okay. So, let's see, we got objective 3. We still need the picture and the hunt.
Let's see.
You two got the camera, right?
I have one. Get on this side.
I think we got the objective that time. I don't know about the photo, but definitely
Escaped it.
Well,
I
hopefully we
did
escape.
not get the photo.
For sure.
Alright, I'm gonna check on the objective. Oh, we're all here, good.
Yep.
Alright, just the photo. Well, that was a close one. The thing kept opening
I
up.
vote that we just move on to the next map and get Fluffy back in with us.
Yeah, sure. Hang on, let me make sure it's locked in. Oni, yeah?
Yep.
Yes.
Alright, I'm locked in. Fluffy's dropping a... that thing.
You good?
Yep.
Yep, we're good.
Alright.
Let's roll off.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
Well, I practically was useless in there.
I regret my decisions. My flashlight was totally off, but digress.
When I went out of the room, I
Oh,
checked and it was off.
So, where was I? I was talking about this story in Storytown Place. The cool thing about this is there's actually a bunch of people trying to reestablish it as a tourist location, so you can go here and see the old bar inn. I think you can actually stay a night at the inn if you pay for it. But the town was originally established in 1951, very, very small. It was only 180 acres. They actually received the land patent from President Fillmore, which I'm a terrible, terrible American because I don't remember who that is. I have no idea.
At least you know the name.
Yeah, I know the name. So, it was again purchased in 1998. So it was abandoned for quite a while, because it was abandoned originally during the Great Depression, which abandoned towns in the U.S. are, from the way that we kind of see it here, guaranteed to be haunted. So anywhere like Deadwood or the abandoned mining towns, we just automatically assume that those are haunted and that fiddling too much is going to get you killed. That kind of, I think that's fair to say that's a general consensus. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
I would agree.
Yeah.
So, especially abandoned during a time like the Great Depression, when abandoned kind of more meant that everybody starved and died. It's a sad story. But there is one particular ghost that has been reported seen many, many times, called the Blue Lady, who is actually the wife of Dr. George Story. Hundreds of encounters have been reported. Apparently, she has eyes of hypnotic blue, smells of cherry tobacco, and has a penchant for leaving behind blue items. And you could actually stay in her own room in the inn. And there's been a lot of people who think they found a blue ribbon or a blue button the next morning. I guess she's a friendly ghost.
Any idea what's the story behind her? Is there anything to do with marriage?
No, that I couldn't really find. Like, they were married. I think it was because Dr. George Story and the Blue Lady, from what I could find, had died quite a while before the Great Depression, but I could not find the details of their death. We weren't really great about keeping records in the 1800s. So
yeah,
but don't worry, I do have some more detailed, stories of occurrences in certain locations.
Cool. Yeah, I was wondering cause the blue, so it leads me to keep it's not a practice here in Singapore where I am, but when we watch American dramas, we often see at a wedding one of the things to have is something borrowed, something old, something new, something blue, something like that.
Blue. Yep.
Yeah, so that was what I was thinking. Like, is there something to do with the blue?
I couldn't find anything like that. From what I could tell, blue, I guess, was the color she always wore. Back in the 1800s, especially Americans in like farming communities, like this one would have been, were really, really poor. So even a lady of her status, a doctor's wife, would probably have only had a couple of dresses. My suspicion, based on what I found, is that most of her garments were some variation of blue, which is why she may have earned the title the Blue Lady.
Oh, I see.
But again, that's just speculation.
Fair enough. I mean, many of these ghost stories are speculation.
Yep. I'm gonna step away for a brief second, but I'll be back probably very shortly after we all load.
Okay. I do have
the equipment and prepare accordingly before
Okay,
starting
smudge
the
sticks,
investigation. I've also
crucifix,
written notes on the
and
whiteboard if you
candle.
need them.
You don't need to use global talk when we're here.
For possible ghost
But
sighting.
that's actually pretty easy. So, I do have a particular story that I have a lot more details about, but I think that one would probably be best saved for a farmhouse.
Or are we?
Sure.
Oh, yes, we are not at a farmhouse.
We are not at a farmhouse. This is actually
where we were.
where are
that
we
particular
actually?
story. We are at
Ridgefield Roadhouse.
And I am back.
Welcome back. If we have a farmhouse option next, I'd like to do a farmhouse because I have a story that will go with that ambiance.
It was this or prison this time.
I don't think I've done prison yet,
I got
actually.
a prison story instead of asylum. We can do that. It'll give me plenty of time to tell you a story.
Yeah, it's a big map from what I hear. Okay, now
Hey,
let me
Phantom,
just
do you
figure out
have,
where the
power?
hiding place first. It's been a
Yeah, I'm
while.
on my way to it right now.
Just gonna check this room because this room is often, but does not look like it. Keep an eye out for that bone.
Where are the
Check
lockers here again?
garage. In here. There's
Okay,
also there are also closets upstairs.
Okay, excellent.
Okay,
Closets.
not
Oh,
seeing
lockers.
that.
This is open.
And I'm not seeing the
I
board of the
just
bone.
heard something fall faintly from the blue bedroom upstairs at the end of the hall, but I'm not sure where it was. I'm looking.
Alright, let's go check it out.
Alright,
Before we do that, I'm gonna run. Oh. Who has the EMF?
me. You had a beep somewhere here.
In here?
I just got a 3.5 temp reading too. It might be wandering though.
Oops.
5.
5
Wow.
in closet. Oh well, whatever this thing is, this storeroom thing.
Laundry room.
No, not the laundry room, the
Hello,
one across the
where are
laundry
you?
room. No, yeah, is that the laundry room? Yeah. Yeah, laundry
How
room.
old are you?
Alright.
EMF 5.
I'm just gonna
What
do
do
a
you
quick
want?
sweep up here.
Where are you? How old are you?
Hey, Phantom, did you get the power on?
Yep.
And it's really cold in here.
Buffy, where are you? I'm supposed to follow you, right?
I'm upstairs. And I found the bone.
What you doing?
Searching for fingerprints.
Remember, fingerprints will only show up on the doors and light switches and windows.
Mirrors as well, right?
5.8. What was that? Hmm. 4.5. 4.0. What was that?
Did you find the Ouija?
What else do we have so far?
I only have, EMF 5.
What about dining room or kitchen? Because I just heard something fall that I think was over here.
7.7, 8.5.
Okay, so it's
It's kitchen.
oh, plate.
It's kitchen.
This is the plate.
It's
is what
definitely
fell.
kitchen.
We have
Okay,
orcs.
kitchen then. Gonna drop a book on the floor then.
I'll drop this here.
How do I place books
Let's
again?
just do one more check. I got the bone, but I have not seen the Ouija.
Oh, I gotta put it on the table. Are you here? Can you write something to us? Show us a sign! Show us a sign!
I dropped this spirit box on the island, but I want to check my sanity.
Nothing really in there. Hold on. I'm gonna step out, grab some tools. Drop the camera.
I'm gonna follow you.
Alright, so now that we know where this spirit is and we're not hunting for it, I will tell you a story about a place in Illinois called Alton. This is known to be one of the most haunted locations or haunted small towns in the US, which is pretty impressive considering we have a ton of small towns. Let's see, we need crucifix, we need candles, let's grab some candles. Oh, wait, pills. Do we need pills?
I think I do.
And you should take pills. I should definitely take some pills. I'm very carefully gonna light some of these candles.
And I'll grab one.
Oh, crap. We accidentally burnt one.
The smudge
Is
stick?
that the...
Hey, what was that?
Alright. Drop a candle and step back out.
Out? Out? Why out?
Because they're looking for dots, so the lights from our cameras will probably not help.
Well, living
And
room
we
light
should
is
grab
on.
some more stuff. Dining room.
Sorry, dining room light is on. Is it a stupid idea to be watching for dots from the window?
We can look through it from here, just make sure the flashlight's off. I'm gonna set these for our escape route. Our escape route is probably gonna be to run up the stairs.
Up the stairs? Okay.
Yep, we have dots.
Yay, dots!
Do we have anything else?
Excellent, dots. So it's a Wraith Oni or Goryo? Wraith, we need spirit box. Freezing and fingerprints.
Alright. So, there's this town in Illinois called Alton. It is the location where 1,400 Confederate soldiers died during the Civil War. Also, there was a smallpox breakout in the prison. Also, the area was racked with flooding.
Prince.
I don't have anything else. I'm gonna go with my camera. Come, we shall survive.
Here's another Oni then.
Wait, we got a third one?
Well, I haven't seen freezing temps though.
That would make it freezing temps, though.
And I have not seen freezing temps, but I will keep looking.
I mean, you
fingerprint
can try
here,
sweeping
fingerprint.
for fingerprints again.
Fingerprint.
Fingerprints.
Okay.
Where?
Wow,
I got
it's just a lot of doors without leaving it then.
Alright.
Right, fingerprint.
Fingerprints it is. Gives us a Goryo.
So, since we are on this topic, on the Goryo, what is a Goryo? Anyone knows?
It's a Japanese ghost. Oh, yes, find it. Tell us.
Candles are blown out, right?
Yeah, candle definitely got blown out.
Okay, let's see what else we have left to do. Okay, we got candles, we got prevent the hunt with a crucifix, we got a smudge stick.
Okay.
Sorry, 1 second, Dragon. I need to stop having a heart attack.
Where's my camera?
Alright.
Okay.
Assuming
feel
this
that
is
2 cameras
mildly
too little.
reliable, Goryeo means honorable soul and is usually created when a powerful lord is killed. They are powerful lords who have been wronged and are capable of catastrophic vengeance, including destruction of crops and the summoning of a typhoon.
I'm still listening, but I'll be right back again.
So sorry, powerful warlords, was it that were wronged?
Yeah, the kanji is literally translated as honorable and soul.
Cool, cool, honorable souls. So why is an honorable soul haunting us? Haunting the house?
That is a great question.
Not very honorable of it.
Because, from what I understand, Japanese culture is very heavily not heavily dependent, but very, there's a lot of focus on ancestry, right? So
What if this was a location where a Japanese family stayed, but they left something of the ancestors behind? That would explain that kind of haunt.
I suppose.
Even though you're creepy. Super creepy.
Now I'm gonna check out the
just
upstairs just to be sure on the escape route.
Follow the things and go into the room or the closet that the glowy stick is in front of. That's your route.
Do we want the one outside
Right in
or
here.
inside?
Do we want what? Outside or outside?
Yeah.
You can go to either of them, but I'm gonna go in here. So, yeah, this place, Alton, totally just, nature decided that this was a terrible place to be, a terrible place to live with all of the Confederate soldiers dead, the smallpox breakout in the prison, the flooding, so much violence. So much violence. But there is a particular location in Alton called the Mcpike Mansion, which is supposedly home to 10 to 12 different spirits, including that of the family. Henry Pike kind of went insane after building the house. He was many things. Let's see, where was I? Yeah, I think that it's the spirits of the Mcpike family. The place was originally built in the 1980s and had been unoccupied until the 1950s. And the Mcpike Mansion actually got added to the National Register of Historic Places. Which means, as a nation, we agree that this place is haunted.
Oh, so...
You can take ghost tours there, too.
by the way, did anyone take a picture of this footprint?
Yes.
Say again?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
So I suppose we just hang around and wait for the hunt then.
My lord, I want a picture.
All right, so we got the
We have to get it.
crucifix objective.
Oof. Angry Gur.
Double need to chomp that. I'm gonna throw this crucifix outside to try and propel the hunt a little faster.
Wait, we want one of the crucifix to burn too. Oh wait, one of it burn.
We are.
Yep,
Yep,
that one's
we
dead.
already broke
Okay.
one completely. So.
Oh, where did I just drop?
So-
Under your feet. That's why I
I'm
can't
standing
see
by
it.
here.
Should, yeah. We'll hang out over here by the stairs.
All
Because
right.
we've got to survive, right?
Silver can
Or
cover
is it
your
a smudge
escape route.
stirring?
I'm gonna head towards the
It's a smudge.
garage when it starts hunting.
Okay.
That way, no matter which way it goes, we got it covered and we can repel it.
So here's an interesting fact for you, Dragon. Did you know that there are certain states in the U.S. that homes or buildings known for some sort of paranormal activity have to actually be registered as haunted? And if somebody sells you a home, at least in our state in particular, which I will not name the state for safety reasons, but in our state, if someone sells you a home and they knew or suspected that it was haunted and you can find proof of that, you can actually take them to court. Because if you were not informed.
Wow, that's crazy.
We take house hauntings very seriously.
I'm
Okay.
curious if anybody actually has taken anybody to court over that. I'm gonna have to look that up after this hunt.
Yeah, I think that would be interesting to kind of know.
So what if the person who sold you the house knew of some sort of haunting activities but do not believe in ghosts?
Well, then how
You're
did
still
they know of some
required to
sort of
report
haunting?
it.
Yep. If they
Like,
knew of some
you're
sort
just
of, even
supposed
if
to know
like the
the
previous
history of
owners
your
told
home.
them. Yep.
Okay, say
Well,
a scenario. It's a
I mean,
fresh
to
haunting.
be fair,
If it's a fresh haunting, and you know there's some strange. Okay. let's go.
oh,
We good?
Yep.
I got it.
super creep.
Okay, so now back to what I was
creepy.
asking. Let's say it's a fresh haunting and this person does not believe in ghosts, but there were one or two strange unexplained events, but he just don't believe in ghosts and attributes it to things like maybe a truck running past or something. How would that work?
Then he doesn't have any kind of documented suspicion of it being haunted. So without something like that, he's not at fault. He didn't believe, didn't know. If that individual suspects it's haunted and there's documentation of that, like you can, the new owners can prove it, then it's a different story. That's the tricky part, is burden of proof.
Ah, so burden of proof. Yeah,
Creepy house.
that's gonna be tricky every time, I suppose.
Nah, not as tricky as you would think. Alright, I am locked in with my Lord
I have
Spirit base.
I am also
Barnaby?
locked in.
Goryo, yep, the
I'm
honorable
locked in as well.
Well, honorable enough to not kill us, although he did attempt
Hopefully we get a farmhouse next, because I really love this next story. Or would somebody
Awesome.
else like to take over for story time?
If you want to do one more.
Okay. Then you'll cover some Western stories.
Yeah. We're good to go.
All right.
Okay, fire us up.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready.
Yeah, got it.
There's jobs ready. What?
There's still no farmhouse. I can back out and find us one.
Or if there's a prison.
No, there's a high school, asylum, or Richview.
We can do Ridgeview. Do you have a story that would that you could supplement until we get a farmhouse? Either you or Phantom. I'm not losing my voice. That's right.
I don't have a story, but I do have a follow-up on the lawsuit. So,
Oh, yeah.
If anybody's interested at looking at it, it is the court case of Stambovsky versus Ackley in the state of New York.
Real quick, I apologize. Do you mind if I step away for a minute again?
Go for it.
Go ahead.
Go for it, yeah.
It was basically the court dismissed the claims on April 9th, 1990, so it was pretty recently, all things considered. I was expecting this court case to be older, but basically the actual suit alleged that the seller, who had undertaken to inform the public at large about the existence of poltergeists on the premises to be sold, was stopped to deny the existence of poltergeists on the premises. The house was haunted as a matter of law, and the seller must inform the purchaser of the haunting. So that is legitimate state law in the state of New York.
So, I wonder if that's the court case that put that into law.
Well, I believe this is actually the court case that made it a non-holding issue, because it sounds like, from what I'm reading, that the New York Supreme Court basically said that the seller was, the purchaser was crazy, and dismissed the case against the defendant.
Rude.
Well,
Say rude.
Yeah.
Actually, Phantom, are you familiar with the story of the Mary Celeste?
Oh, let's see here. I'm not familiar with it. I know I've heard of it. Let's see here. Because that was the ghost ship out of New York, wasn't it?
Yeah, that from what I don't know if this is true. From what I heard, disappeared when it actually got to the Great Lakes and was trying to take port in northern Michigan.
Yeah, I'm taking a quick read about it.
I apologize, but I'm gonna have to log out for one round, but I will join you and tell a story right after that.
All right.
sure.
I think we can balance this out with 3 for a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I feel a bit more useful now that I managed to find fingerprints.
Actually,
honestly,
I'll be
okay.
right back
it takes
after
a
a
little
round.
bit.
For the viewers, okay, so for those of I played with Silver and Phantom a couple of times, and I think this is the first time I'm actually useful somewhere for the first time. Okay, so quick question on the
While Silver is... Oh, go ahead, sorry.
yeah, sorry. Quick question on haunted houses, okay? So now, what does haunted houses do to property prices?
It really
that
depends on the buyer, to be honest.
Some of them are marketed specific towards people who are looking for those houses, and the prices will be jacked up. But notice a correlation with location. It's easier to find people who are interested in haunted houses or supposedly haunted houses in the cities and in more populated areas. In the country, the price usually drops. And I have a personal story that I can share towards the end of our stream about that kind of situation.
All right, and because
Wait, so you got haunted.
Silver dropped out, I am now host, which refreshed the map. So we do have a farmhouse that I just pulled up.
Oh, all right.
Nice.
I'll totally do farmhouse selling.
Hey, and I forgot to.
Oh, I have to ready up. It doesn't work if I don't ready up.
That is correct.
Yep. Wait, let's double check equipment. We got everything.
Yep,
Yep.
I took care of equipment.
All right, I'll get us loading.
Hey, I get carried by them. It's always fun playing with them because you keep getting carried.
All right, so looks like power box is gonna be upstairs.
Okay,
I
smudge
remembered
sticks,
my word.
candle, and whoa, smudge sticks while chasing someone.
I'm gonna leave that up to Phantom because he is boss at it, and you and I will die.
And well, let's just say I probably will die just doing objective 2 or 3.
It'll be, well, the candle's gonna be easy, and cleansing the area honestly is easy once we find it. So I wouldn't worry too much about that.
Yeah, the only real challenging one on the board right now is the repel while it's chasing somebody.
Yeah, we got
So
this.
I'm shadowing Phantom this time.
Nope, you're gonna shadow me.
Fluffy.
As I'm
Okay.
gonna tell you about. Wait, are we in Bleasdale or Grafton?
We are in Bleasdale.
Okay, so
Please
you
show me
follow
the
me.
safe zones first. Oh, is this the one
That's
with the
what I'm
locker
doing.
at the end of the house?
Just so you guys are aware, I'm going to go up to attic and get power and then come back downstairs. And once I've investigated upstairs.
Okay,
Okay, I remember this
this
map.
is
this
our.
one.
Yep. All right, so.
Wait
Check
up,
out my
let me just look
microphone
around, see if I
monitor.
can find a bone.
Yep.
Power is on.
Always on, I see it.
Gracias, senor. Alright, so let me tell you about one of America's most famous cold cases.
This happened in a location in Iowa. It is known as the Basilica Axe Murder House. And to this day, we do not know how this happened. Nobody knows who is responsible. Many bodies on the ground. So, of course, you know, warning for those watching. I mean, I guess we should have said that at the beginning.
3.9
because,
in
you
the
know,
kitchen.
really?
It's going to take about another minute and a half for the house to warm up, so that could just be ambient temperature.
Yeah, let me know if you get a 3.1 or lower.
Okay.
Ooh. Nope, that was Phantom. So, there was a family that lived on a farm in Iowa, and this was in 1912. And this was in a very small town. There were less than 2,000 people, so very, very tiny.
We got lights on in the office. I got 1.2 and the lights just turned off. We got freezing temps.
Ah. Here you go.
Breathing times?
You can have that. Yeah, let's step this way real quick.
Phantom, we're out of the house.
All right, so I'm gonna log that real quick.
Okay, wait. Okay, so we have a. What was that?
We just have freezing temps.
Freezing. Okay, still got quite a few that can
It might be if you want to grab the ultraviolet flashlight and take a look for fingerprints on the door and that light switch. I suspect we might be getting some. I'm gonna go ahead and grab some crucifixes because I'm not messing that. That ghost is very, very open about his experiences.
Phantom, you're at 60%, by the way.
Ultraviolet.
All
Ultraviolet.
right. So this little farmhouse, shortly after midnight. Well, let me preface this. This was the home of the Moore family, Joe and Sarah Moore. And on June 9th, the night of June 9th, June 10th, 2 neighbor girls were coming over to visit their children. Yeah, that's definitely freezing temps. I'm behind the wall again. I don't want to be there. Anything?
Nope, no fingerprints.
Okay. We don't have fingerprints, and I know it turned on.
I think I got
and off
5.
the light.
I think I got EMF 5. I had EMF 5 earlier, but for a second. I'm not really entirely sure.
Oh,
The only thing that we
that's
can without a
still
doubt
important.
rule out right now is spirit box, because there are no ghosts that have both freezing temperature and spirit box.
Well, we got freezing temps and EMF 5.
Oh, and EMF 5.
I just need to confirm that.
To
So okay, I turned
fingerprints,
on
ghost writing, and dots.
I turned on the EMF and immediately jumped to 5 for a second and wiped down to 1. So I'm not sure if it's an turning on thing, but I did get a 5 for a second.
If you got 5 even for a second, we'll count it. I trust you.
So, shortly after midnight,
in this house,
Where are you?
B.
Fingerprints.
So, I got the things in there. What is the evidence that we're still looking for?
Fingerprints,
Fingerprints,
writing,
ghost writing,
or
dots.
dots.
Got it.
I'm watching from
I
the
think we just
window,
got the candle
so yeah.
Active.
does somebody have a camera? I'm gonna go in and smudge the room.
I don't have a camera on hand.
I have one.
All right.
We're here.
Ooh, the Ouija board.
Smudgy, 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 smudgy. Nope. All right. I'm gonna step out.
There's a tree around the table.
I'm gonna run upstairs and take a picture. Actually, did I get the...
What am I carrying? Oh, I'm carrying the lighter. I don't want the lighter. I want the book.
We got smudge sticks cleared. We just need to repel while chasing.
Well, we've got to figure out what it is. Dragon, you may want to pop some pills.
Sure. Drunk me up.
We got ghost writing.
All right. Oh, it's just a little shade. Let's go hide in a closet and I'll finish telling you my story.
Wait, should I pop the pill then?
Nah. We're gonna go hide in a...
Shade.
Yep. So we're
Wait,
gonna
why
go
are you guys
hide
going in?
over... Because we still have to get the last one, and we're gonna go hide over by the lockers.
I mean, we could
Yeah,
just
but you
hide
guys don't need
over
them.
here and
If I drop my
watch.
sanity like crazy, then you guys don't need to be in there.
That's true, but it'll be creepier for the finishing of the story.
We could be here, you know, and
I
watch his
suppose.
perspective of it here.
Come on. We gotta go get our creep on. That came off
Alright,
wrong.
alright.
Creepy. Creepy
Alright,
on.
so
Let's
am
get
I gonna
spooky
pop the
with it.
fuse then?
Nah. Nope. Nope. You and I are just gonna go hang out by the lockers and jump in the lockers when we're ready.
Alright.
We'll keep one of the lockers open.
Don't bother, I'm running upstairs.
Okay. Alright, so, this house.
Yep, X murder house or something? Murder X house?
Yep, so shortly after midnight on June 10th in 1912, someone, who we still don't know, broke into the house, although they did not find any damage to the locks, and immediately walked past the room where the two neighbor girls were sleeping, which was on the first floor, and immediately went up to the parents' rooms. And with an axe that was suspected to belong to Joe Moore, who was the father, he brutally murdered the parents. So, and he raised, this guy had to be ridiculously tall. He raised the axe so high that it gouged the ceiling. Then, and
How
again,
high would the ceiling be?
About this high, actually. About 9 feet or
Ceilings
so.
are usually somewhere between 10 and 12 feet, depending on how high.
Okay, wait a minute. I need to do the math on that. I function on metric. 9 feet, 10 at 12 feet. So 3.6 meters or so.
Yeah.
Yeah. 3 or 4 meters.
Yeah, they're usually between 3 and 4 meters in metric.
So,
Yeah.
it was at least, I would say at least 8 or 9 feet, probably closer to 9, and it actually gouged the ceiling. And then he went into the kids' rooms, and I mean, it's assumed a he, not for sure.
Really crazy with like vaulted ceilings, where you can talk like 5 to sometimes 6 meters tall.
Old farmhouse, though, in this case. So probably closer to 9 or 10.
Yeah.
It makes sense. I can imagine that if they built the house out of wood and by hand, they wouldn't want too high a ceiling.
Right. So, the murderer then went into the children's rooms and murdered the children, and then went downstairs and murdered the neighbor children that were staying, 2 girls that were staying. In total, there were 6 unfortunate deaths. And once he had finished killing the rest of the family, he went back upstairs and continued to use the axe on the parents' bodies. I will spare you the details. It was not pretty. But here's the weird thing. So then he props...
It's manifesting if it's not in the office.
My flashlight.
Yeah, he was pretty close to us most of that hunt.
Yeah, I could hear it
Yeah, he
breathing
came
all the
after
time.
me at the very end. I think he spawned out in the garage.
Alright, let's step out for a second.
I'm on my way, but I'm all the way up in the attic.
Alright. So,
Okay, so what's the reasoning behind stepping out?
just because it hunted and he should have, I think he got the objective, but we gotta go check.
By the way.
Alright.
I see. Okay.
So, the weird thing was this guy then went into their icebox, took out 2 pounds of bacon, dropped it on the floor and left it there, propped the axe up along the wall inside of the house, left the house, and locked the doors. Later the next morning, of course, the parents of the neighbor girls went looking for their daughters, right? As you do. And, you know, the doors were locked. They also were kind of suspicious because normally Joe would have been up early in the morning to do chores.
Wait a second.
This is again the early 1800s.
What are we locking in again?
Shade. So this guy walks in, takes out the entire family with the family's axe, and it's your basic wood cutting axe, props that up against the door, leaves bacon on the floor randomly, and then 2 pounds of bacon, which is, in my opinion, a great waste, and then takes off. And they find the house the next morning. The doors are locked. There's no sign of forced entry. And they find all these bodies. Now, the interesting thing is the murderer actually covered up the children's bodies, which, from what we've learned, is a sign of remorse. But to this day, nobody knows who was responsible, and it is still one of America's great cold cases. And of course, as I explained earlier, if there's gratuitous violence, we pretty much assume that it's haunted. The house is still standing as well. I believe you actually can go visit it.
Are we still talking about Amity or Amityville?
No. This is the Basilica Axe Murder House in Iowa.
Got it. Okay.
One of the lesser well-known ones, but still fairly well-known.
Yeah, so by the way, as just mentioning, Silver mentioned depending where in the country, a lot of Midwest farmhouse has short ceilings as well.
Yes, some do have shorter ceilings. Alright, are we locked in?
I'm good to go.
I'm locked in and I realized that I am actually a kind of a ghost because I'm a floating hand holding a flashlight. Because
Yes.
if I look at, if you're looking at my stream, you see that I'm seeing Phantom's point of view, and all he sees is a floating hand with a flashlight.
Welcome back.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's alright. So yeah, so it's basically, you know, all Phantom saw was a floating hand. So it was kind of funny.
No. We actually see your full avatar. It just
no,
see
as
from
in like
first person
seeing
perspective.
from Phantom's point of view, from the computer.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
kind of interesting, yeah. So, well,
Okay.
while we're here, how about I mix things up a little and tell you a story that another friend has encountered, and I was sort of close in the area. But, you know, just didn't happen to me directly. You know, quick story. So, in Singapore, all males serve a 2 years compulsory national service in the military. And we have an island where we do basic military training. By some, due to some health reasons, I was exempted physical training and was a clerk. However, I did not escape the fate of going to this particular island. I got posted there for 2 years as a clerk. Most people spend 3 months there. But in any case, yep. So I had to travel by ferry every day to get there. So the whole island's military, so the villages and everything there were abandoned. Okay, and there was this one particular village in there. I believe it was called the Fibua village. And so it was said to be haunted. So here's basically the story. So aside from clerks there, you need some full-time staff over there to train the trainees, right? So, and part of the support staff required clerks and drivers, etc. So why I said drivers is because this particular friend of mine was a driver there, and he was telling me, I was on duty one night, running the telephone 24/7, and he was telling me about this story which he encountered, whereby he once drove into the Fibua village late at night, and when he got there, the engine stalled and he couldn't get his car running again. Okay, so being soldier, you know what you do? You report to your superiors.
Those kind.
He radioed in, and he caught the sergeant down. And the sergeant drove a car, a Rover, but he drove a car. Basically, the other driver was driving a 5-ton or 10-ton, can't remember which, but you know, the big truck. And so the Rover came down, and when it reached the ridge, the Rover stalled as well. It's kind of strange, right? So,
Ooh.
as good soldiers, what do? You call your superior. So they called their superior, who happened to be an elderly man with an warrant
How
officer
many
rank.
superiors ended up down there?
Yeah, this is the last one. So because the first two were national servicemen, you know, young 18, 19, 20 years old, fresh out in life. So they called one of the full-time soldiers. So an old man who's been in the military for 20, 30, who knows, 40 years. But yeah, old man. Warrant officers. We call them Encik, which is actually Malay for uncle. But yeah. So this is an experienced man. He knows the stories and things like that. So he said, okay. He radioed back and said, okay, you two wait there, don't get out of the car, stay inside. He went over on a Rover with some supplies, blankets, things like that. And when he reached there, as that officer expected, his car stalled and he couldn't start it up. So he went into the big tunnel with the other two, and he said, okay, you guys, don't worry. Of course, in a slightly more they speak in Singlish, which is kind of broken English with it's kind of an English Creole, but I'm going to clean it up a bit and basically say, okay, you two stay in here. All of us will stay in here for the whole night. We'll sleep here and rest here. Don't go out of the car, and that's it. The next morning, he said the place got problem. Okay, the
So
place that is
he
problem.
knew that stuff
He
was
knew.
going on.
Yeah, so he said there are some problems with this place, just wait it out. And the next morning, lo and behold, all the cars started up.
Yep, we have some similar tales to that. I've definitely heard many tales of a school bus stalling over railroad tracks and tiny handprints. There's a story of a school bus that got hit by a train. And now, I don't remember where the location is, but now, and
Chicago,
lots of people
Illinois.
have gone there. It is in Chicago?
Yeah, I only
should
know
go
that because
someday.
my cousin was on the bus that got struck by the train. He survived, just for clarity's sake. But yes, it was in Chicago,
Okay,
Illinois.
good.
That's good to know.
Yes, my cousin is still alive.
That is very good to know.
Clarification.
Yeah. But supposedly when you go there now, if you stop your car over the railroad tracks, you will feel your car slowly ease over the railroad tracks and into safety. And if you sprinkle powder or like powdered sugar, white powder, whatever, on the back of your bumper, you'll find tiny white handprints
Wait,
on
so
the back of your bumper, as if there were children pushing your car across the railroad tracks.
they were kind
Protective
of helpful
ghosts. We have those too.
And good thing your cousin didn't become one of them.
No kidding. I had no idea. So right now we are about 3/4 way through. It is about 11:30. So I'm going to actually pass the torch over to Silver for this next one.
All right.
All right, I will get us started so you can start talking during the investigation part.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll be following Silver this time, yeah? Oh, and we are, loading. For us again. Okay, am I following Silver this time?
Yep.
Yes,
Silver is in black, right?
Yep.
correct.
And then Phantom, if you want to take a story after Silver's.
Yeah, I can. Excuse me, I'm also trying to eat something really quick. But yeah, I can do something.
Breakfast.
We've arrived. Check the equipment. Get up before investigating.
Ghost event, motion
Remember to check
sensors,
the
matchstick.
whiteboard for help.
All right, where is that power box? Okay. I should turn on my lights. That would help.
Oh, another farmhouse.
The farmhouse.
This is the one where the lockers are upstairs, right?
A couple of. Yes, it is.
Okay, so Silver, where are you? Let me come to you so that I can hear your voice better.
Power is on, my dudes.
Okay, I am here. Is that the bone there?
I found the bone.
Right on the floor.
Yep.
Quite simple.
Alright, so we've talked about a couple of places on land. I thought it'd be neat to talk about some place that was not on the land. In Wyoming, on Platte River, is one of the many places in the United States where we have had one of the classic ghost ship sightings. Now, this ghost ship, what's strange about it in particular is when it shows up, and the first time there's been a reported sighting is back in the 1800s, in 1862. When this ghost ship shows up, it comes close enough. There's soap on the floor in the laundry room.
3 EMF in the laundry room.
When this ghost ship shows up, it comes close enough to land for somebody to actually see it, and you're able to see the ghostly images of the crew huddled around on the deck. As it comes closer and the crew starts to separate, you'll see that they're gathered around a body sitting on top of the deck of the ship. And when they separate enough that you can see it, instead of being somebody that's already dead, the body is somebody that you know.
Oh, that's creepy.
Dang, that is
Every
whoa.
single time this ship has been reported to have been seen, the person that was seen on the deck died within the same day. Oh, that's
Oof.
super creepy.
That one's terrible. Okay, well, I'm upstairs at the moment, so I'm not hearing anyone for now. Just in case.
I'm just gonna check the laundry room door for fingerprints real quick.
I just heard a door.
I did.
Did anyone just shut a door?
Laundry room door definitely just moved. And I do not see fingerprints. Jeez, okay, I
You guys
get
hear
it.
that?
Hear what?
Yeah, it's open. That's the laundry room door.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting activities in laundry room doors, but so far only 2 or 3 EMF. Okay, you got an EMF there, so I'm just gonna turn this one off. I'm gonna try
There's
spirit
ghost orbs
box.
if we haven't found it yet.
Say again.
Ghost orbs.
Are you here? Can you speak to me? How old are you?
Now, I'm reasonably positive we do not have fingerprints. But we should check again.
Where are you? We got spirit box, we got spirit box.
Yep.
Oh, that was chilling. I heard a whisper go. So I heard the whisper, it goes.
You may want to turn the spirit box off and step outside. Yes, I see you throwing soap.
Outside, outside. How do I get out? How do I get out?
Alright, so that should leave us with either dots or writing.
Dragon.
That is confirmed.
Trying to get out here,
Dots
this
are
way.
writing.
Follow Silver. Follow Silver. She will hopefully try to keep you alive. Hopefully.
I'm gonna go to the van for a moment. That was the voice was the voice was it caught me off guard. I was not expecting that one.
You know what? At least you didn't have to deal with your very first introduction to the spirit box like I did.
CJ,
Oh, I had
did a
spirit
good
box
job
before.
on the new boxes.
I had
pills.
spirit box before. It just wasn't as creepy as this particular one.
Silver. Okay, you're here.
Alright, so wait, what do we
Yeah,
have
you're
so
at
far?
34%.
Spirit box. What else?
43% spirit box and orbs, and you should definitely take pills.
Okay, we can get either a mare
There's
or
dots.
yokai.
And dots. Now we just got a
yokai.
witness. Oh no. Oh. Well, this will be easy to get a ghost.
Witness
Lots of
an
ghosts.
event.
I'm taking the crucifix with me. I lost my camera. Are you my camera? Oh, I don't need that.
We haven't determined the third
I don't want
evidence yet,
this.
right?
Correct.
Okay, so ghost writing or dots is in the laundry room.
Oh no, we got.
Oh no, we got dots. Never mind.
Okay,
We got dots. We know it's a yokai. So, just as a heads up, in this game at least, a yokai get super mad the more we talk, so it's gonna get super mad.
No wonder it got pretty.
Which
We
would
got
be
it pretty
why
fast.
it was.
Yep,
Can I-
that would be why it was touching the door so much while I was trying to tell that story.
Can I just stay in the van?
Come on.
It just chucked a basketball at me as soon as I walked in. I wandered over this way and just threw this basketball at me. Very rude.
Nice.
Hey, Dragon, can you check the board and see if we have the ghost event?
Okay, let
don't.
me go back and check it.
Hey, Dragon, you don't need to. Just check it from our journal now.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you. Can you just repeat that? I was too far away.
You don't need to go. You don't need to go back to the van. You can check it in your journal now.
Right. Okay. So, well, on that note, we haven't got it. Yep, we
You
don't
and I are
have
gonna come
it.
up here and stand on the stairs.
Manifest, manifest.
Prepare to run in, right?
Manifesty. Oh, oh.
I have
Kill,
faith.
don't have any more
kill.
ghost stories.
Where are you?
Are you
So
there?
we're gonna go in here.
I'm stealing a rabbit. This is my rabbit now.
Oh, oh, the rabbit has been stolen. The rabbit has been stolen.
I don't.
So yeah, we're gonna- the lockers are up here.
Flashlight.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go take this rabbit outside. This is my rabbit now.
Give us an event. Show us, show us, show us, show us.
The rabbit is outside. There's nothing you can do about it.
Show us. Hey.
Where are you? How old are you? Give us
Are you
a sign.
friendly?
Where are
Give
you?
me a
How
sign.
old are you?
Are
Give
you
us
here?
A sign.
Where are you?
How old
Hello.
Give me a
are you?
hand.
F3 to fit.
Hello.
Are you there?
Hello, hello,
Come
hello.
on, show us a sign.
Hey, have we found the
Phone.
Oh, there was dots.
We did. One of the first things we found
Yeah.
on the floor. We found the
Are
one.
you angry?
Cool.
Can I be your friend? Give me a
Charles.
hug.
Charles.
Are you here?
Charles, did you know that you can press F3 to fish?
What?
Wait,
Also
press
gathering is
F3
not
to
addictive.
what?
Oh, hey, guys, I found the...
Press F3 to fish, Charles. Press F3 to fish. It's okay, gathering is not an addiction. You can stop at any time.
Not that I suppose we need. But I found Luigi.
I'm just gonna drop that there. Go
Are
grab
you
it.
here? Give us a sign. Are you friendly? Is there a spirit present? Are you here? Give me a sign.
Hello, hello. Where are you?
I'm gonna take this with me. Do 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 do.
Is that the Ouija?
That is the Ouija. Hey guys, I'm gonna talk to the Ouija real quick.
Come, Luigi.
I found the Ouija.
Alright, I'm gonna stand right outside where I'm nice and safe.
Where are you? T-W... Twins room. We're in the wrong room, guys.
Well, no, it just means it's in the twins' room right now.
Alright, well... I got that pick, so there's that.
You here? Give us a sign. Manifest. Show yourself.
We're being noisy.
Appear!
Stairs
Show up!
Are you here? Give us a sign.
Why? Why do you keep your lemons in jars?
Carry
Why
me
do
something.
you keep your lemons in jars?
Why is there an axe on your desk?
Yes, you showed us your dots already. We saw them.
Hey.
Are you here? Give us a sign. Are you friendly?
Ring, ring.
I'm hearing moaning sounds. It got me.
Uh-oh. Who died?
Phantom is muted. Dragon died.
Oh no!
No!
No.
It does not.
Well, there goes my cash and points, but oh well.
Why don't we just move on to the next match and get him back in? Before we all die.
You know what? No. Here, take my crucifixie.
We
Rude.
did get the last objective.
Ah, awesome!
Oh, cool.
Let's see, let's pick up something just in case. Well, they're waiting for me, so sure. Oh, we did get the objective.
There it
Alright,
is.
there's our sign.
Where are you? How old are you? Give us a beer.
Well, I am in the truck. I am 31.
Job's ready for you.
I don't remember who excuse me, who muled.
Me.
Ah!
Okay.
I was hiding so
Welcome
well
back.
in there.
You were hiding better than I was, that's for sure. I hid in a corner of the master bedroom because I couldn't find
I
anywhere to
heard
go.
something click, and the locker that Phantom and I were in opened, so I thought one of us died.
Same.
Oh man. And okay, so we got another roadhouse. So, do you have a story for us, Phantom?
Yeah, I can talk a little bit about the Amityville. Probably one of the most famous American haunted houses, the Amity House.
All right. And I think that'll do good for a Ridgeview Roadhouse setting.
Agreed.
If we still have a little bit of time after that, we can talk about any personal experiences.
My personal experiences, I think, would be better served for next week.
Fair, fair. I definitely have one. One of the houses that I spent some time in as a teenager. Dragon, are you
Although
ready?
I do have from my
whoops,
grandma's
my bad.
place.
That was that.
How was I the first one in? That's weird.
I'm hosting. You got that lightning fast connection.
Before investigating.
Apparently.
Remember to check the whiteboard for help.
So, Dragon, what do you think so far of hearing the kind of American
Here left in a hurry.
variations?
Well, to be fair, I mean, it's always the same old stories. You know, wherever worldwide in the world, it's always about some grievances, some wrongs, or murders, things like that.
Right. So you'll
Well,
be
the good
sticking
news. Go ahead.
I was just saying, so you'll be sticking with Phantom for this run.
Okay, so I got Thames and
Alright,
Journal by
Pretty
accident. but
common theory that you can put all ghosts into the three categories of common apparitions, passive apparitions, or messenger apparitions. With common ones being ghosts that can interact with the world or things in the world. Passive ones being ones that just exist, and the messenger ones being ones that are actually trying to deliver, you know, some sort of message.
Alright, Dragon, this will probably be easier on me if I actually follow you, so just do your thing and I'll watch for ghost orbs while I'm following you.
Okay, I did get a 3.1 in the kitchen earlier.
Okay.
On.
Yeah, hold off unless it drops to below 3. So Amityville is a kind of small town out in well, I shouldn't say small, but it is a town in New York, and basically the story goes that a house stood empty after basically a guy murdered a decent amount of people within a house in Amityville. So basically it was left empty. Nobody wanted to move into it for a full year until in the 1970s. Basically, somebody bought it, didn't really know the backstory of the house, but they got a heck of a deal for $80,000 US, which is, for the time, very inexpensive. But upon moving in, they also basically were able to buy all of the family's furniture that was still left there for about $400. So when they moved in, everything was pretty much untouched, but it was all cleaned up. Looked all normal, fully furnished. Nothing really to be concerned about, right?
Well, it's a good deal.
$80,000. Some weird
can't even get you a
stuff
car
started
here.
happening, and basically stuff would kind of like move around.
And the shoes moved. Okay, it might be in
everything kind of just started taking on a life of its own. In December of 1975, basically that's when they moved in, and they were there moving in. They even went as far as to have a Catholic priest at the time come in and actually do a blessing on the house just to make sure. It used to be kind of a part of Catholic living that was just a thing to do to help disperse evil spirits and to basically give good luck. It was part of just kind of what they did. But basically, as the family, according to what I just read on the internet, basically Christmas Eve was unpacking all of their belongings. a inexplicable male voice that did not belong to any of the family members was just heard all the way throughout the house, and it basically boomed so much that it was
Fingerprints.
shaking everything in the house, and it was just screaming, "Get out." And obviously this unnerved the family enough that they again called him into, they called a priest back in to perform an exorcism.
Interrupt, but Phantom, you are at just below 60, as is Dragon.
All right, let's go grab pills while we're waiting.
We also got fingerprints.
Right.
So they called in a,
Do we have anything
like I
other
said-
than fingerprints?
I didn't see orbs while I was in there.
I'm gonna
So they called in a
Please.
priest to do an exorcism on the house, and they basically warned him to stay out of the second floor because that's where the voice was coming from at the time. And when the priest actually started doing this, the story goes is that basically he was holding onto a crucifix, and the crucifix got so hot at the time that he was forced to drop it, and he actually developed blisters and a phenomenon known as the stigmata, which basically means hands opened up on both of his palms, signifying basically the crucifixion of Jesus. All of this happened during the exorcism, so the family decided that, okay, we're obviously dealing with something that is way stronger and not able to be controlled, so they decide that they are going to move out of the house temporarily and go stay with the father's mother, so basically the woman's in-laws.
It's
Now-
such locked doors.
They were assuming that all of this was tied to the house. But what they decided to do was they got a heck of a deal on all of this furniture so that they got for $400, which again was a major deal at the time. So they brought a bunch of pieces of furniture with them back to the house. They hired a moving company to actually do all of the moving for them, and all of the movers that basically were there. Oh, that was a cell phone.
Yeah, I'm gonna try
Reported that there were,
spirit
they
box
also.
on the wall.
All right. I'll
Maybe
stand
you finish
up
up
here
this bit
while you're
and
doing
I'll
that.
do a spirit box.
Oh, I know. Go ahead and do the spirit box.
Hey guys, I'm gonna
it's
come
breathing
up
on me.
spirit box that room.
I'm doing that now.
Dragon's already got one.
Oh, well then.
Are you
I'm
here?
gonna drop a
How
notebook
old are
at
you?
least. Hold on, I'm interrupting.
Where
Also,
are
I
you?
would suggest taking a look in the hall.
Spirit box, spirit box, spirit box.
Oh,
Got spirit
okay,
box?
never mind.
Yeah, it said here.
I don't think I took pills once.
Poltergeist or Phantom.
It was me the whole time.
Writing or dots.
I don't need that. We got to get a picture of it too. Now that
So
we
writing
know.
or dots.
So yeah, basically after this exorcism attempt, the family decided to move out and bring all the furniture with them to their in-laws. The movers who were all moving the furniture described hearing voices and just stuff that they couldn't explain as well. So it wasn't just the family who was actually being dealt with this.
Where's the other notebook? Sorry,
And basically,
again, I'm
there's a
interrupting, but
pretty famous movie based off of this, and it was this part that is kind of like the pinnacle scene where the movers are all moving stuff out of the house and green slime begins developing on the walls. This actually happened in real life. They did have photographic evidence of that. So basically, while they were moving their stuff out, a whole bunch of just green slime, like ectoplasm, kind of started seeping out of the walls. So again, they all were assuming that this was just the house that was haunted. The problem is when they moved all the furniture out of the house and into the in-laws' house, paranormal activity followed with it. So they began hearing noises within their house, and basically the weird thing about all of this story is that there was no further paranormal activity ever reported in the Amityville house again after the furniture was moved out, but it did follow the furniture.
hey, do you know where the other notebook is?
I have no clue.
So basically,
I dropped one in the
everywhere
van
that
on
one
the
of
floor.
these.
Oh, okay, okay.
So that's kind of why I've always found that story interesting, is it wasn't actually the house that was haunted, and it wasn't anything that the family was doing. It seems to have been tied to the
family's belongings, which I've always just found interesting about that story.
Yeah, that is pretty interesting in the sense whereby it's not a location but a possession.
That's also one of the kind of reasons I just like the story in general, is people were so focused on the haunting that they just assumed they knew everything, and then the slightest miscalculation in what you're doing, and all of a sudden you've teleported the ghost somewhere else. Because it's following the furniture, not the house.
It definitely
Which
is a
I've
big
actually
steal.
heard of, especially with a lot of antiques.
I swear I just heard writing. Is there another book in here somewhere?
There's nope. Yeah, there's two. There's one on the desk. I thought I heard it too, but I'm not.
Can you give us a
anything. I'm gonna
sign?
try to grab
Write
a
something.
smudge.
Or show yourself.
See if I can smudge the room. Oh, now there's shoes down here. Why do you keep throwing shoes? Rude.
That's me.
Can you show us a sign? Are you here? Can you write
Anything
something?
else I can pick up?
So, I know Silver said she's gonna wait to share any personal experiences next time. Does, Phantom, do you have one?
One that you want to share?
I don't really have much in the way of any paranormal things other than the stereotypical, and this thing definitely can be disproven, the stereotypical Ouija moving on its own.
I
you
will
and that
admit,
Ouija.
yeah, I will admit that was creepy.
Where are you? Where are you?
I'm hearing some sounds.
Gotcha!
Oh, it's a baby. Hello, baby.
Nope. 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 Nope.
that was
I got the photo. I've done my
Creepy
job.
baby.
Bye.
Hey, good. We got a photo.
I got another photo just because it was a good one.
So we need.
Alright, so
we
we just
still
have
need
to
it
have a
to
team
write
member
or
escape
dot.
now.
Okay, we still need it to write or dot the thing.
Alright, the only one we have left, objective we have left, is to escape during...
I am
Wait,
gonna
have we
grab a
confirmed the
smudge.
third evidence yet?
So we have fingerprints and what?
Fingerprints and spirit box. I don't think we have dots or writing yet.
All right.
What are our options? I know Ghost Rider...
I think it's just dots and writing.
Phantom, you have lost all sanity. Dragon, you are at 13%, and I have also lost...
Phone's ringing. I did take a pill already though, so that means
Wait a minute, we can rule out Phantom. It's definitely a poltergeist.
You're.
He's right, I wasn't thinking. We can 100% rule out Phantom.
why is that?
So the reason that we say that is the ghost the ghost drawback for a phantom is as soon as you take its picture, it disappears. And Fluffy took its picture,
Yeah, that's
and
true.
you took its picture, like a couple seconds later. So that means that it's a poltergeist.
Not even later. Usually it will not even show up in the photograph, but it will still be labeled as a 3-star ghost photo.
Well, we still need to survive the hunt.
Right.
So here's what I'm thinking. If Phantom and Silver want to try to survive the hunt. You and I can hang out here and watch.
And I'll tell you about a personal experience. It's hunting.
Cool.
Let's see, where are their cameras?
I assume speaking locally here won't kill them,
There we
right?
go. No, I won't.
All right.
So one of the houses that I spent a few of my teenage years in was originally built in 1820, and the barn. We actually purchased the house from the descendants of the original homesteaders. And the place was homesteaded during the land rush, which was a period of time in American history where essentially a bunch of people were given flags and said, go and run, stick this in the ground, and that's where you live now. Interesting way of doing things, not exactly the right way, but we had the old stone mason work framed to the barn that was original. Did not get it. We've got the old stone frame, even the old mason work.
I have to go get a new smudge stick, though.
Correct. So, we even had the original smokehouse where they preserved meats, and the original mason work outhouse was still on the property. And actually, the descendants of the homesteaded family lived very, very close to our house. Very, minute walk over to their door. And we were able to find out a lot of history about this particular farm. And one of the things that we found out is while they were trying to, and I do not condone any of the actions that happened, just for the record, but one of the things that we found out is when they were originally building up the barn, which they built before the main structure of the house, they had some scuffles with the local tribes, the Native American tribes. And that was during a time when, it's unfortunate, but that was during a time when there were bounties out on Native Americans and homesteaders could earn more money. So there was a lot of fighting and a lot of dead between both sides. But eventually some of the local tribesmen were captured and they were actually hung in the first barn that was built on the property. And immediately after it was hung, the rest of the tribe attacked and burned the barn to the ground. Got it.
We did get it that time.
Yep.
Correct.
Not bad. One death.
So the barn was always kind of creepy. But there were times, I grew up on a horse farm. We had about 20 so horses. We had a goose, we had a goat, we had a lot of cats, what I fondly refer to as the cat mafia. I am locked in.
The cat mafia.
I will explain that one later, but yes, the cat mafia.
I am also locked in.
I'm gonna hold off for our loading screen. I will tell the rest of this. Hey.
Woo. All right, that was good.
So, in this old house, you had kind of your typical poltergeist activity: doors that would shut on their own. Was a drafty house. It was a very, very old house. We actually had to clean the sockets of honey, which is how old it was. But we would have the animals reacting to strange noises, particularly out in the pastures. Every so often, the horses, something would spook the horses, especially at night, and they would go running. Now, granted, this is in the plains in South Dakota. There's a lot of room. There are coyotes out in that area. There are mountain lions that come down from the Black Hills. So it could have been a number of things. But there were quite a few strange, kind of unexplained events that happened. And the barn, particularly at night, I always made sure that I turned the light off from outside of the barn. Anytime the lights would go out, I very distinctly felt like I was not alone. It had just this kind of ominous air to the barn itself. So that's one of my personal experiences. Not one of the funnier ones, but that particular house had just a really dark history. And we actually had photos of the original homesteading family and the construction as it was built, and we had some photos of the remains after the first barn was burned to the ground.
Cool. You live in a place with quite a lot of history then.
Yep. My mother had a love of really, really old houses, so both of the houses that I grew up living in the mainland were over 100 years old. I can't say the same for when I was living in Hawaii, but Hawaii is, in my personal opinion, the most haunted state in the United States. Hands down, no questions asked. That place is creepy. If anyone's ever interested in creepy, look up the legend of the Menehune. And don't sleep with your feet pointing a door or window. Ever.
Interesting that you mentioned that. I seem to recall something about was it? Having to orientate yourself in a certain way when you sleep.
Yep.
I want you to look up something on that one. I think it's an Asian thing.
It's likely that original indigenous peoples of Hawaii were, I believe, could be wrong, but were Polynesian. And it has since become a place where basically any variation of Pacific Islander or Asian is very, very welcome.
Based on what I understand,
apologize for any strange noises. It is repeatedly muting and unmuting me.
Oh.
Yeah, no problem.
All right.
Poltergeist activity, perhaps?
So, those are our stories. Thank you so much for listening to us tell. It is now 12:05, 12:06.
Yeah, I think that makes
I think it's about time to wrap up.
good time to wrap the stream. So so this is Phantom and Silver. So both of them also stream on Twitch. I believe they are streaming now as well. Yeah.
Yes.
No, not now, but we will be later tonight.
When I am somewhere else. It's always sad whenever you guys
I will be joining
stream.
them. Wait, I will not be joining them. Apologies.
Okay, so with that, yeah, thank you for watching. So let's see, maybe before I end off, maybe the Phantom or Silver want to plug anything on your side?
Both of us stream, between the two of us, we stream 7 days a week. We primarily play New World. Full warning, we do stream some mature content, so age requirement, probably don't advise people watching unless you're 18 or older. But if you're into MMO gaming, or if you're into Phasmophobia or builders, tune into mine and Silver's channels 7 days a week. We stream about 3 hours a day.
Cool. Alright, so that is them, and I believe there's something about a novel as well?
So that is actually, we have a novel for our current publishing company, MorpheusKey.com. We have our first novel out called The Power of 10, Part 1. You can find this on Amazon. It is a fantasy, post-apocalyptic fantasy is the best way I can describe this genre. But go check it out if you're interested. And of course, do not forget to check out hostnovel.com and Apex War God, which is a project that Dragon and I are working on, as well as his own projects.
Yep, so Apex War God on hostednovel.com. That is Everlasting Immortal Firmament, which is an ongoing project about 300 chapters in. There's Immortal and Martial Dual Cultivation, which Fluffy was actually also a part of. at the start.
True story.
Yep, that's how she got her start too. And yeah, do check those out. That one, the last one, Immortal and Martial Dual Cultivation, is a completed project, and it's free to read. Completely free with no cost at all except for your advertising space. But yeah. I mean, you know, a bit of ads here and there, but yeah. So other than that, you know, check out the other links.
Be annoying, but please allow ads. It helps us grow.
Yeah, it does. Now, there's also the other links down in the description below, merch store and things like that. Do check those out. And yeah, and we'll see you guys next week, where we'll still be joined by Silver, and hopefully Mine comes in with us. Phantom might jump in as well. We'll work out the logistics in a while, and yeah, we'll be talking more about the Ghost specials, and we'll still be playing Phasmophobia for the Halloween season, and we'll be talking more Ghosts. Yay! Alright, awesome.
Thank you so much for having me. Sorry I had to jump out for a minute.
No worries, it happens.
Okay, so with that, I'll see you guys next week. Ciao, guys!
Bye!